David, another new signing today, Nathan Holland, coming in from MK Dons. What can you tell us about him?
Yeah, so he's probably a good one for us because he's a really talented individual. He could create chances out of nothing, and he's a real good dribbler type, manoeuvre the ball in and around the box. So it's no secret. Obviously, we need to create a lot more chances than what we are right now. And if you remove Saturday, even in the other performances, for all the good bits of play we had, we need to open teams up and be a bit more creative around the final third. And he brings bundles of those qualities.
Does he provide a bit more balance? Because Carl's had a great start to the season on that right side. The left has been a bit of a mix, hasn't it? The likes of Dylan Kadji, Teddy Jenks who can play in that 6 and 10, whereas is Nathan a bit more of a specialist?
Yeah, so he's more of a 10. Obviously, we haven't been able to have Jacob fit either, so we've had to play around with the left-sided 10 a little bit, where you can see when you've got somebody like Carl who it suits him, he looks comfortable in there, and it isn't particularly Teddy or Dylan's specialist position, although I think they've done a good job in there. He is a specialist. He's a really good technical player, really smooth, one that will get fans off seats, and like I say, it's probably something that we haven't quite got, or we need more of. And also Kyle, Jacob, etc., they all need competition for places, so the best ones play, and then that equals goals, assists, and ultimately wins. So we're delighted to have him. He's a lovely lad, really bright footballer, and he'll do well for the club, I'm sure.
He had a strong youth career, didn't he? Especially with West Ham. Is he someone you were aware of in youth football?
Yeah, so I used to watch him a lot for the England, I think in '98's group. I don't know if he was involved in the group that won the Euros, but played for England loads, played for West Ham, played for Everton. Strong player. Always been one on the circuit that everybody's known about. Did well for periods at Oxford in a top 7-8 League One team, so he's one with lots of potential. We need to look after him. Creative players give the ball away, we're not worried about that. It's a reaction to giving it away, and show him a bit of love and get him up to full speed and full confidence, and I think he's one that can win us games.
It's Wimbledon this weekend. Let's start off with team selection, because you've lost one in Sean Robertson, but Harvey Bunker will be back in. What's the team looking like ahead of this weekend?
Yeah, so Harvey's back in. Reece has recovered from his concussion, so he's come out of protocol well, so that's good. So he's back in. We've got 1 or 2 knocks that we've got to look after. Maybe one might be missing, but nothing serious. And then as of next week's the good one, where Reece Brown will be back on the pitch, and hopefully towards the end of the week, hopefully Geordie might be back on the pitch, and then slowly week after week we seem to be getting people back, is what's predicted at the moment. So a bit of good news in terms of Bunks and Reece, and then after that hopefully we should start seeing the 7 or 8 good ones that are on the side of the pitch, not on the pitch at the moment.
And Wimbledon have had a fantastic start to the season, haven't they? Unbeaten. What do you make of them?
Yeah, a strong team. They've probably the opposite to us at the moment. They're a real settled team, recruited well early, had the pre-season to work on it and got no injuries. They're the total opposite. You know, we're 8 players that could arguably start different, which probably makes us one of the better teams in the league, in my opinion. They've got a real good front 4. Tilly's a really good player. Most shots in the league, scored 4 already. The front 2 are strong, powerful, and the left wing is a really good dribbler they got from Luton. It's very similar in terms of style to Newport, but probably got a front 4 of more quality. I hate to say that because I thought Evans and Seb did really well for them. And if we don't defend the counter-attack, the long balls, we don't defend well 1v1 and mark well in our box, and we're going to find it really tough. If we do, we think there's some spaces that we can exploit, and we've spent a lot of time this week trying to do that.
I think we spoke about this before, Harrogate, but is there, when you go away from home, a bit more of an impetus on them to come on to us? Because Saturday I think it was 70% of the ball, and obviously game state played a part in that, but didn't do an awful lot with it, whereas at Harrogate it was a bit of the opposite, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. I mean, Harrogate, I thought we started really well and played on the front foot and got the ball down, and we were dictating possession, and we lost our way a little bit, and they did have to come on to us. We want to be front foot, so we're going to go there and try and dominate from the first moment. Now, we know that's not always possible, and we also understand they're in a really good moment, and we're probably at the moment where we're trying to get people back, not in such a good moment, but we got nothing to fear. We're gonna go. We want to attack every team, home or away, and try and win as many games as we can. Like I say, once I think the 8 players come back, we could go away from home, and if you had Marcel, Geordie, you had Callum Jones, you had Reece Brown, you had Jacob Maddox, you have Nathan Holland, you have Troy, you have Matt Taylor, once you put them on the team, on the pitch, the team looks a completely different team. Now, we got a really good squad. I'm delighted with the ones that are playing, but that's 8 quality players for the level that I think if they were on the pitch when we go to Wimbledon or some of them on the pitch, and we completely dominate. So I think there's context behind where we're at the moment. I think people understand. I think the fans generally understand, although probably not so much after full time on Saturday. And once we get all those back, I think there's not many teams in the league that we won't go to and dominate. But at the moment, it's a bit tougher. But we'll keep working, keep going, and if we do it right, we could win the game Saturday.